The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, everybody. This is Kevin Wilkie, Executive Director of Local Internet Marketing Association, and super excited to be doing a live encore for today for everybody. we had such amazing feedback from the other night when we introduced this technology, and some great questions. So we wanted to come back live today on Friday and dial in this examples and case study even more, and show how Jody and his wife Vanessa, who are just absolutely crushing it. They're just less than right around 3 weeks into this business, and they've already closed over $69,000 in new business using this new technology that automates your prospecting, your sales, and your service fulfillment all in one exclusive platform in one place. It is going to blow your mind what is going on here. And I've been very fortunate to know both Jody and Vanessa for the past several years. They were successful local marketers in the past. I actually interviewed them for Lima. Jody did training at our live events. Then they left the industry because there just wasn't what they're looking for out there, and they went into other things. And when they saw this platform that my good friend Damien brought to the marketplace that brings everything you need into one comprehensive, just game-changing platform, they jumped in head first and started a brand new agency from scratch at the beginning of this month, and they are absolutely crushing it, and they're going to show you exactly what they're doing to make it happen. So, Jody, are you there?
I am here and ready to go, man. Excited to be here. Excited to go through and share this again.
Awesome. And I know your wife Vanessa is having a little bit of a technical challenge, so hopefully we can get Vanessa on here as this is going on, so she can interject what how this is going for her as well. So I'm going to pass it over to you and let you guys run with this.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, well, hopefully she'll be able to hop in here. If nothing else, she'll be able to call in. So she'll be here as we get into the meat of it and of the results and the things that she's been doing. So with that, let me get over here so I can move through the slides. So, like I said, Vanessa and I, we're seven-figure local marketers. We've coached hundreds of local marketers in the business and helped them become successful. We've architected over 150 sales funnels in 37 different industries in our last endeavor. Yeah, I'm a former Fortune 250 executive, and Vanessa has managed seven-figure medical practices. So we have we've been there, done that, and with all of those different things that we have done and can do, we have decided now, because of what we have found, to step back into the local marketing business, and in a big way. And you'll see how you can take this and do it for yourself as well. But there's some reasons that we've done that. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through and talk about why this and why now. We're going to look at the biggest challenges that are facing local marketers. We're going to look at how local marketing has changed and why you need to have something different than what used to work in the past. We're also going to look at the solution to every struggle we face as marketers, and also a look-over-my-shoulder demonstration of the new system that we've put together so that everyone can benefit from that. So with that, in looking at the biggest challenges facing local marketers, the first is that there is no consistent source of quality leads, is what I hear over and over and over again. And there's a number of different ways of going about getting them. But we're going to show you how you can overcome that, the no consistent source of quality leads, and how you can have leads actually qualify themselves so that you know they are quality. And this is something every time I get on an intake call with a new person that's coming into a coaching program, is walking them through the different ways of prospecting for their business. And I think you're going to be very excited whenever I show you how you can now put that basically on autopilot for yourself. Also, the other one is not having a management system, excuse me, or CRM with everything in one place. That's another question I get all the time, is should I use Basecamp or Zoho or Salesforce? What should I use to manage everything? And my answer is usually whatever you feel the most comfortable with, because all of them have different pluses and minuses. But then you just have the sales side in one place. You don't have everything to manage your business. We're going to show you how we've overcome that challenge. The next thing is no consistent source for service outsourcing. There's a lot of different programs out there and a lot of different resources for outsourcing, and it's like, where do I go for what? And how do I get each of these things fulfilled? We're going to show you how to overcome that also. And not knowing what services to offer, especially for people that are brand new, because a lot of times people get shiny object syndrome, they see different things, and they don't know what the right solution is going to be. And because they have so many options, they get overwhelmed. And what usually happens is they wind up overwhelming their prospect. And we're going to show you how to bring that down, make it super easy for you to explain to the business owner, and make it super easy for you to help them see the value in what it is and why they need to have a solution that you can provide for them. And then finally, difficulty closing the sale. This is probably one of the bigger challenges that people face because they come in, they go through, they do presentation, but they just don't know how to get to the point of closing the sale and getting the money. And we're going to show you how this system goes through and takes care of that also. So in looking at it, we look at first, how has local marketing changed? Well, whenever I first started back in 2008, it was just basically a website was all you needed to have. There was no such thing as a mobile website. But today, I think that has changed, and if you don't have a mobile website, you're really sort of dead in the water as a local business because everything has changed, and now everyone's carrying a personal computer around in their pocket, their smartphone, that they're looking on to find three pieces of information typically. The address, which is directions, the hours of operation, or the phone number. And if you don't have this, it's going to be a big problem. So websites have changed. Also, social media has changed. Whenever I first started, all we did videos, we did articles, and then we did Facebook and Twitter. And that was all there was to doing social media. And all we had to do was post a few things in order to get some attention. Well, it has changed. And now there are more the places than ever for the customer's message to be put, and they have a tough time managing it because they've got a bunch of different places that they have to go. And also, coming up with content is a big challenge and struggle for them as well. Because if they're not putting out quality content, their audience is going to go somewhere else. So the social media aspect has changed. Then reputation. Used to, people didn't really talk online, right? The internet was one way, then it was two way, and now it's Internet 3.0, which is people actually driving the story about different companies with the reviews that they're leaving online. And so now with reputation, the consumers control the conversation. And so because a lot of people have seen this, it's Google's zero moment of truth. And this has become, this used to be, when it first came out, was mainly for big buying decisions rather. But this has become the zero moment of truth, even for small businesses, even as small as like getting your car fixed or something of that nature. They do research first, then they make the purchase, and then finally the second moment of truth is going online and leaving information about the experience that they have with the purchase that they make. This has become more and more important, and there are dozens of places online now for people to go and give their opinion about things. And a lot of times people usually won't go online to leave an opinion unless they are unhappy. So getting people to do something because they're happy, you sort of have to encourage them to do that. And a lot of businesses don't really know how to do that, so they're sort of losing the whole reputation battle. And then there are listings. I tell everyone the first and easiest sell for local marketing is typically a mobile website and local directory listings because they have become really the backbone of an online marketing presence for any local business because there are so many different directories out there that they can be listed in. It's like everyone's carrying around dozens of phone books in their pocket, and you don't know which one they're going to look in for information. So that over there. So with that in mind, and looking at it, we think about Google Places, Yahoo Local, and Bing, and Yellow Book, and we think about these larger places. But in reality, what most people don't realize today is that there are over 300 directories and places online that people that are pulling information in from the internet about local businesses. And if your information is not correct, it's actually worse than having no information in these sites because if it's incorrect, it takes a lot of work in order to get that corrected. So it's not just about a handful of sites anymore. There's over 300 listing agencies now that you really have to be concerned about, even for the small mom and pop businesses in the small little towns. That's just as important for them. So, and also looking at vertical sources now. The Chamber of Commerce now has ratings on their sites. RateMDs, they have a whole rating site just for doctors. DealerRater for car dealers. And of course Yelp got started with rating restaurants. So there's all these vertical sources that they have to worry about as well. So in reality, making decisions, buying decisions online has become more prevalent than ever before. Back in 2010, it was only 60% of the people, only 60% of the time people made the decision before they entered a store. Well, today, that's 85% of the time they're making the decision online before they enter the store, and only 15% in store. So it's more critical than ever for these local businesses to make sure they have the information for people to be able to make the decision to come to their store to even do business with them. So with all of that, whenever you look at it, these four sites account for over 85% of all search traffic: Google+, Yelp, Bing, and YP.com. And so those are the most critical to make sure that they're absolutely perfectly correct whenever people are going online looking for the information. And we'll talk a little bit more about how you go about making sure that that happens and how to make sure they find the information for your local clients on those four sites. And also, Google has made a change. Like I said, I'm going through this pretty quick because I want to get to the meat of it, but I want you to have the background because we have a wide variety of people on the call, so I want to make sure that I've got the background. Used to, with Google, whenever you do a search for a local business, there would be what they called a 7-box. Right? There would be 7 Google Map results, and that's represented in the red square. Well, about 2 months ago, they made a change, and they upgraded to a 3-box. So now there's only 3 locations that show up, and they went further. Now a lot of those results that show up beneath the 3-box are not websites, they're local directories. So it's more important than ever that it's almost more important that the local directory listings be updated than their website. So you have to make sure that all of these things are taken into account in today's marketing. Because like I said, I got started videos, Facebook, Twitter, some articles, and that was what we did. Now there's a whole lot more that they have to be concerned about, and every bit of this is happening 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they need to always be on alert for everything that's transpiring. So with all of that in mind, in looking at those 300 sites, what most people don't realize is that just like you have TransUnion and Experian and Equifax somebody's saying, okay, have the Equifax for your credit agencies. You have Factual, Axiom, Info Group, and Newstar for sending information out to the search engines, review sites, social sites, GPS and vehicle navigation, and online directories. And if your information is not in those sites, it's just as bad on your credit report if you don't have listings on your credit reports. And it's how it affects the information that's going out to those groups. A lot of people have never even heard of these. So, and looking at that now, there's all of these places that the local business owner has to be concerned with. You have search engines, directories, sites and blogs, your content marketing, review sites, social sites, location-based services, and also deal sites like Groupon and those places. So there's so much for them to keep track of that usually a lot of business owners today spend over 300 hours a year trying to do some of these things themselves by going to all of these different places to try to manage this. So with that in mind, that's what we decided to do something about and see if we could come up with a way to not only handle this for the business owner but also for the local marketer. So here's what we decided to do. Develop a solution to fix all of it. And so we have a system for constant lead flow. We put together a system to manage the sales and service. And we put together a system with turnkey solutions for local businesses and a system to help sell the services. So we have everything in one place. Now, all these different things and all these different aspects of local marketing, looking at all the troubles and trials and tribulations that people have and how to go about solving that. So we looked at all these 4 things, and then we did one more thing. We put it all under one roof so that you can only have to go into one place and see everything that there is to see about managing your business. So in looking at that, so what we did is we created Virtual Agency 360, and this is what all the buzz is about. This is the system that we've been able to use in the last 3 weeks and generate nearly $70,000 worth of business. It's the system that we've used in the last 3 days to generate almost $17,000 worth of business, working 2 hours a day. And we're going to go through and show you exactly how all of that works. So the first thing is, with this system, you're able to use a presence builder. You're able to build a market share and get in front of business owners with what we call a freemium tool. It puts together a complete report for the business owner. You're able to send that, and I'm going to get into how you're able to send it to them. But with that report, it gives them their access to a mobile website builder. They can build their own mobile website, and also a system called Profile Sync, which allows them to synchronize their Facebook, their Twitter, and their and LinkedIn. So they're able to go through and link all of those things together and make sure that they're, I'm sorry, Foursquare, not LinkedIn, make sure that they're all linked together and it's the same information consistently across all of the sites. Next is, like I said, the mobile responsive websites. It's not just a plain Jane little thing. They're able to go in and actually choose a template to fit their brand. They can include calls to action and lead capture, and as I said, it's all responsive design. So they're able to do that. What better way to lead into a business? You're sending them a report telling them about their business, and then also, by the way, just because you're looking at the report, I'm giving you access to have a free mobile business location page. And there's not very many people that are out there offering something like that. And they're able to synchronize all of their profiles, their Facebook, their Twitter, and Foursquare by the push of a button. That's what they get for free. Now, they get access to see other things of that, and that's what's going to make it easy for you to walk them through and sell them on your services, because everything is going to be contained for them in one dashboard, the same as it's contained for you. So next is with Presence Builder, then we can start getting into what they would pay for in the paid services. And this is where you utilize the system to send out the right information about their businesses to those 4 information sharing groups so that they can go through and fix it on all 300 plus of those sites that their information can be listed on. And it gives them revenue generating tools for social media. They're able to go in one place and manage every aspect of their social media. Everything is in there in one place. They don't have to log into Facebook or log into LinkedIn or log into Twitter or go into Foursquare or into Pinterest. They can do it all from one location and manage everything under one roof. Also, you have access to be in there as well to help them with that if you choose to, or you can go to the next level, which we'll talk about in a little bit, where you have our team do all of that for them and for you. So with social marketing, with these tools, they're able to generate leads. They can go through and do searches in their local area for people that are looking for their services. They can build fans by utilizing the services that we have in there as far as the content that they're able to post. They can respond to customers straight from the dashboard without having to go log into different sites. And like I said, they can compose posts. They can pull information in from the libraries that feed in from dozens of different locations, so they always have relevant information that they can post. Also, reputation management is very big these days, and making sure that not only are they getting reviews online, but they're also that they're responding to reviews online. Just like they can manage all of their social media, they can manage all of the reputation from one location. And like I said, it's not just about Yelp or a handful of them. There are dozens of review sites out there that they're able to manage and choose the ones that they want to manage within this dashboard, or have our team go in and do that for them. So it's a white label reputation management software for your agency that you're able to go out, and all of this is branded with you. This is not branded in any way, shape, or form with Virtual Agency 360 or with Go Mobile or with Nitro Marketing. It is your logo, your brand is all they ever see on any of these things, and anytime they log into the system. Also, they can alert up to 6 members of the team. For any time a good review comes in or a bad review. Anytime anything happens, they can be set up to receive an email that they've been mentioned online or that something has happened that they need to address if they're managing their own information. Let's see, let me go out here. And then what I put down here on the bottom, I have this rockstar salesperson down here. What I do, even with the people, the leads that I have, I put myself on the alert list. So even if I don't close them, I put myself there so that if alert comes in, I can send and go, hey, this negative review just came in about your business. My system alerted me about it. I just want to let you know, if you had our system, you would already have known about it, kind of thing. So that kind of gets you back in the door with them. Then with review solicitation, this is where a lot of businesses struggle. They just basically go with the reviews that people happen to put online without actually asking for reviews to be put online. So we have several different systems that help them do that. They've got, first, you have an email system. They can send individual emails out to the clients, or they can upload a CSV file with their entire client base and send an email out to every one of them. And they're all named individually from the spreadsheet, so it's like they're sending them out one at a time, but they can do it one time, push a button, and send out a couple of hundred if they want to. Also, we have a widget for them to take and place on their website, and also they can put it on their mobile location page for people to go and leave a review on the site. And then also, obviously a QR code for them to put in a mobile device or on a sign for people to go to leave a review. Now, the way this system works is if the review is 4 stars or higher, It automatically goes in the system ready to be pushed out to all the different review sites and to be utilized to add to their social marketing. If the review is 3 stars or less, it holds it, sends it to the business owner so that they can address it and take it into consideration how they want to answer that, or have the digital agent that's handling this for them take care of it and respond to that. So it's about getting more reviews online than they currently have, because let's face it, when you go online and you're looking for a restaurant to eat at, or you're looking for a place to get your car repaired, you want to go to the place that has the most 5-star reviews, and it also has the most content in the reviews to help you make the decision that that's where you want to go. And concierge, this is where this sort of separates itself from a lot of other services out there. This is where it takes over and takes your hands out of any of the operations of anything that has to do with your client. So with concierge, it's like it says, on top of working 50 hours a week, 43% of business owners spend over 6 hours promoting themselves on social media, over 300 hours a year. With the concierge level service that we have, and I'll go into the packages in a minute of how this works, you have a person that's inside that's a digital agent that handles all of this for them. They have levels for handling reviews and also doing social posting and alerts for them as well. So you have somebody that takes care of doing that for you on your behalf, so that fulfillment really, you don't have to worry about that anymore. And with digital agency, like I said, they handle negative reviews and they socialize the positive ones. And so they we can work with analysts to help them grow their business by increasing the social posting that they have and the relevancy and engagement on their social media. So with the review monitoring, the way that works is they monitor the reviews 24/7, 365, and every review that comes in for the business, they respond to that. They send it, and it says to you as the business owner, they send it for the business owner to look at and determine if the response that the agent has developed is what they want to send out, or if they want to change it or add or subtract from it. These are not canned responses. Every response that goes out is personalized to the actual review that comes in. All right? So the first step with a negative review is to say you're sorry. And that is, sorry you had a negative experience at our clinic. We really pride ourselves in providing good customer service. The second step to handling it is lead marketing, and that is, it must be an isolated incident. You want to kind of see that they're anxious to hear that they want to rectify the situation. Because what happens a lot of times with negative reviews, people just leave it there. I know one of my clients has a negative review from back in October, that's the beginning of October, that he's never addressed. And it's like, if you don't address it, it's like saying that it actually happened and you're guilty of it if you don't say something about it. So they need to have those responses. And finally, getting the customer on the phone to be able to take care of the situation. And the digital agent will even go to that extent on the behalf of the client. Typically, it's better if the client's on the phone, but they will do that for the client as well. And then, like I said, they will turn the reviews into marketing. So every positive review gets responded to as well with a marketing message, and they push it out to all of the different social media that the client has that is connected to, like Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. And then here's even with positive reviews. A lot of times people don't say anything about positive reviews, and this is an example of posting on a positive review. They said they liked the barbecue shed, and then they responded positively to that and then pushed it out to the social media sites. And another one, the content for social, is taking any of these reviews and pushing that out again, as I mentioned earlier. So with that, that's all of those are the services that you can go through. That's what the system gives you access to. Now, the thing that's really, really hot for you as a local marketer is what we call Sales Central, and this becomes your sales engine for your business. And so looking at this, what it does is it not only puts all your prospects in one place, but because of the way the system is designed, anytime the prospect interacts with your marketing material or your snapshot report, which is that report I mentioned earlier, it indicates their level of interest by the number of flames that it puts on the account. So in this case, you have 3 flames that shows that the customer opened the snapshot report. 2 flames means that they've opened it or looked at it within the last 7 days, and 1 flame means it's probably been about 2 weeks since they've interacted or done anything with it. So you not only know which customer has opened up and looked at your information, but you also know what action they took on it. I'm going to show you in a little bit exactly how acting on that can turn into dollars for you very, very quickly. And the system sends out a series of an email marketing campaign for you for every one of these reports that you create. So along with that, we have marketing automation, which is, in this case, it's marketing automation let's say that you have a list of existing customers, about 50 existing customers or so. You can actually take that list, import it into the system, and then it will develop the snapshot reports for each of those businesses individually and send them out all at one time. So that will give you an avalanche of leads. And we actually did this wrong the first time we did it, and I'll show you what happened with that in a little bit. But you can do it individually, or you can do them where you send it out in a mass mailing. But you got to be ready for it because it happens quick, and the way that this thing starts popping, it brings the leads in very quickly for you, and you got to be ready to act whenever you do that. But along with that, not but, and it sends out another email 7 days later, another email 7 days after that, another email 7 days after that. Every one of them are different. Every one of them have a different call to action that actually engages different clients. So it continues to market to those same people every 7 days over time to get as many people as possible engaged with the snapshot report. And this is the 4-week email campaign. Like I said, you can see that every email looks a little different. The emails are branded with your logo, and they're branded with your picture, your company name, your email, your website. And anything they see in here and anything they click, it comes to you. It comes to your email address. It doesn't go back into the system. If they hit reply on this email, it comes to your email address. So there's no way for anything to get diverted. Everything stays branded with your information on it. And then this is just a quick example of one of the campaigns to show that the one that we did, it got a 37% open rate and a 32.7% click-through rate, which, if you know anything about email marketing, is phenomenal. Now, the average is a little less than 30%. It's around 27% on the open rate and around 30% on the click-through rate. But like I said, there are 295 accounts. There's 135 opportunities. 93 of those opportunities are hot, which means that people have interacted with it within the last 24 hours and are wanting more information. So these are just some statistics I put together from the campaign that we ran. So let me look over here real quick. Okay, cool. It looks like Vanessa. So Vanessa, if you're able to join in, if you're anytime you want to chime in as I go through here, you're more than welcome to. Since I can't see you, usually she's sitting across from me. So with that, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So is there anything you want to add or anything I've missed so far? I know I'm making one kind of quick because I want to get into the product demo and then get into what we've actually done with the system.
No, I'll chime in a little bit here. You're doing great.
Okay, cool. So with that, in looking at the product, now this is the part that's going to be a little testy because I'm not at my normal spot. I'm actually at my son's house in Florida. He has a wireless internet connection, but it doesn't seem to be as fast as mine. So we'll see how this goes. So let me hit escape on here and go over to. Hold on. Give me 1 second to get over to it. Firefox. All right, and I'm going to go through every detail of the packages, every detail of the pricing. Everyone's going to know everything, and every question is going to get answered as we go through here. So not to worry about any of that. So let me show my screen. So can you see the sales tool now?
Yes.
Somebody can. Okay,
yes.
Good. All right, so with this is what your sales tool looks like. Now this is mine, and Vanessa's is the one that's really the active account. Mine I've kind of used it some, and so mine looks a little bit smaller than what hers does. But this is what it looks like. You can see here it's got 3 flames on one of them, 2 flames on the other. But I'm going to go through and show you exactly how this works, because this is how you're going to be able to show the customer information and how you're going to be able to sell them on the service. So first I'm going to go over and look at the snapshot report for this customer. And open up here. There we go. All right, so this is what they see. Whenever you send this to them, they get the email, they click on it, it comes here and opens up this report. And it's still loading. I tried to have it loaded before, but it wouldn't. Let's see, it's bringing it in here. It's still spinning. So while it's spinning and loading up, it brings in a score here. Like I said, this is what I was a little bit concerned about. I'm going to go down to the bottom here. It comes in and it shows their listings presence for Facebook. They have the listings. They show one of the social sites is not listed. The social site that's not listed here is Google+. It's kind of an important social site to have listed. It shows them that their phone number is incorrect on one of their listings, and they have 13 of their listings where the website is correct. It's okay, go. It's loaded up now. Their overall score is 44, and it gives them a letter grade on their listings as a B, the reviews as a C, social is a D, and their website is a D. And I'm going to show you why that is as we go through here. Now, the cool thing about this report is if there's any section that you don't want to share, you can just uncheck the box and it will not show them that section. So if I click this box and uncheck it, it takes that away. I can take that away as well. If I check, it puts it in there. So you can go through and customize the report however you want to. These messages on the report are specific to the type of score that they have. Like in this case, it said your listings are virtual doorway, you're listed in some places, but there's work to be done. And there's a video over here on each one of these that they can play that walks them through exactly what the importance of listings are. Then we go down to the listing accuracy, which we talked about. Then the four different info sharing groups. You have Newstar, Factual, Axiom, and Info Group. It shows that Axiom and Info Group, that those contain errors. So their information is actually not only being sent out, but it's being sent out wrong. So that needs to be addressed. Then on their reviews, they have a C because they've got 38 reviews. The industry average is 61. The reviews per month is 2.86, industry average is 5, so they're falling behind. And it even shows you that 17 of their reviews are on Facebook and 17 are on Google Plus Local. It goes into that level of detail to show you these things. Then under social performance, again, there's a video, nice work, you're rocking at least half your social media. It's specific to their score. And it walks through that they have a D on likes and a D on post, and they have an A on their average likes per post and an A on their average shares per post. So what that means is that they need to post more, and that will also increase their likes because people like what they're posting. They're just not doing it enough. So they can actually expand their reach with social media just by putting out more good content because they already like what they're doing. And it shows like an example of one of their posts that's come in. Then Foursquare, it shows the check-ins. They've had 1 when the industry average is 197. So obviously that there's some work they can do there. And they've never posted. And the industry average is 3.78. Then for their website, and this is where it gets critical, not mobile friendly. This is, an example of this is that, they do not have a mobile friendly website. So if you were to go here and look at this and you're looking to get your car fixed, where's the phone number? It's way over here in the corner. You'd have to pinch and zoom to be able to even see this thing. And they saw that right away when I was going through this. And then it also shows you about their desktop website and the things that needs to be fixed on that. And again, at the bottom down here, it shows fix your reputation online, fix my score, takes them to log into the Business Center, or your phone number for them to just click the button and give you a call. So that's the report that they get to look through before you ever talk to them on the phone. So again, you know before you talk to them on the phone what the report says as well. So you're actually, you're armed before you go in there, ready to talk to them. So we go back to the sales tool. The really powerful part of this is showing them what they have access to within the system. So you have the first level, you have Presence Builder. And with Presence Builder, what Presence Builder does, and it's going to take this a second to open up, is it gives them access to the mobile web page, for the mobile location page for them to be able to build out. It gives them access to Profile Sync. But this is also where it shows them their local directory listings and the errors that are contained in there, and there's also some other aspects of this also. So like I said, it's taking just a second for this to open up. There we go. Oh, and it brought me right back here. For some reason, it is not opening up. So while it's thinking about that, what I'm going to do is let me yeah, like I said, it wouldn't open up prior. So here we go. It's going to open up. And I don't know why this is signed in as Vanessa. This is acting really weird here. Because it took me to Business Center. This is, hang on.
This is when you know that you have a live webinar.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I has never done that in the history of ever working with this system. So here we go. So it's logging me back into mine. Ta-da! Right, so maybe it'll work out for now. So if we go to here to Presence Builder, like here we go. It's thinking about it. I'm just going to My Business Central again. Hold on. It's going. It's good. It's fine. It's loading up. So what am I? Here we go. Perfect. All right. So it's loaded up. This is where it comes in. This is the Presence Builder, and you can walk them through here with Presence Builder. The first thing is, like I said, the location page. And I hope it doesn't take this long on every one of these things to load. There we go. So with the location page, it gives them the ability to add videos, they can add custom colors, they can add a contact us, they can add images, they can even do coupons on their location page. Again, this is all for free for them just because you're sending them the report. Then you have the themes, and they can go through, and it's not showing the pictures right now, but here we go. They can pick the current theme, they can pick a tall mobile, a short mobile. It gives them different themes that they can choose their site to be. It goes into their branding. They can upload obviously their logos and the images. They can redirect domains. There's campaign tracking and analytics for all the people that are actually clicking and coming and looking at the site. Also, if their website is not currently mobile, just like with this customer, their website is not mobile, they can actually go in under the domains, and it gives them a snippet of code that they can take and put right on their website, their regular desktop website, that will redirect it for them to this page. So they don't have to worry about building another mobile site. This will actually allow them to do that. Then we have listing distributions. And under listing distributions, it monitors the providers that we've talked about. There's the four different providers, and shows here that, and this one is different because this is an active customer, so it's already doing the things. They've fixed factual on the business name and Axiom. They've actually accepted the changes on Axiom down here where the website was wrong, and this correction has been sent. So they can see these different things that are being done on their site, and also they have citation statistics. And what this shows is that they have actually, it's increased 2,800%. That's because the site was a client was just activated on Tuesday, or November 17th. And so what's happened is, and I can't see this side of here, on November 17th, they only had one citation. As of today, they've got 29. So that's why it's going up 2,800%, because they now have those citations listed in 28 places just because it got activated. Then Profile Sync is where they're able to go in and synchronize Facebook, Foursquare, so that they have all the same information. And then their business profile is just where they go in, and this is where they validate their information. They add the keywords that they want to rank for, and also any type of the social voice that they want to be found for, and any searches inside of the system with the business profile. Now, the first two pieces, the location page and the profile sync, there's no cost. They get to keep that for free just because you've created the snapshot report for them. The other aspect of the locations. That being done, that's whenever it starts off with the paid services, and I'll go into those packages here in just a minute. Matter of fact, do you think it would be better if I go ahead and show the packages, Vanessa, and then go into what the packages deliver, or go ahead and go through the rest of what the system offers and then go through the packages?
Either way, I think kind of showing them what the person actually gets and how it presents is important, but it's totally up to you.
All right. So. See, usually things aren't up to me, so that's why I asked her.
One thing I just want to point out is what's amazing that hopefully everybody sees is all of this is in one central place. You're not doing your marketing over here, and you're doing your client management here, and you're fulfilling with these 5 vendors and like spread out all over the place. It's all one central place that you get to do everything. And it's all completely optimized to deliver the best results possible from the marketing side to the client fulfillment side. So I hope everybody's, I know everybody's excited. I see it in the chat box of how this is just a big game changer for this business and this industry.
Yeah, and plus, guys, what's really cool about this, it really turns you from looking like a one-man show into a high-end agency, which is really, really key, especially when you go after the bigger clients. This literally puts everything in a central place, like Kevin said. It's at the touch of their fingertips. It monitors, it manages, it markets, And it really, and Jody will get into the case studies that we've done already in the last 3 weeks, but it has been amazing. It's actually got me really super excited about local marketing again. There's all kinds of things out there, but I really, really wanted something that made us look like a high-end agency and then gives you the continuity. And the reporting in this, which he'll get into, literally can go out weekly or monthly to the client. And instead of you having if you have all these different pieces like Kevin was saying, which all of us have that or still have that in some cases, you, instead of writing a report at the end of the month or having that phone call, they'll literally feel like they're up to date, and it literally it takes you out of doing all the little key punch monkey stuff, as Jody calls it, and lets you just go out and get your clients and have a really responsible team manage the accounts for you. So it is really an amazing product. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I know the question.
I was just going to say, point out, Nerdmetrics, so if you see the branding up here in the top left, that's your agency that you guys started at the beginning of the month. It never existed before. You just stuck the logo in here, and now you guys look like $1 million agency just by sticking a logo in there.
Exactly, and two of the clients have said that to us, Kevin. They're like, why are you here in Simpsonville, South Carolina? I don't understand. This is like a national brand. It was really funny. So I've had that name for 2 years, wanting to find a software, literally 2 years, you can ask Jody, and just waiting for the right thing. And I saved it, and this came out, and I was so excited because it fits perfectly.
And this can work outside the U.S. as well. We've been getting a bunch of questions, does this work in Canada and things like that?
Yes, it works in Canada. It works in Australia. It works in English-speaking countries. Basically, is what it is. Is the limitation? It needs to be primarily English-speaking country in order for it for this to work. So yeah, absolutely. And even if it's that's sort of the limitation is English-speaking, but that covers a bunch of countries. It really does. So. And also the question was, does this pull in the directories that are specific to for Canada? And the answer is yes. You can actually you can pick the directories that you want it to list. So you have control over going into that inside the client's dashboard. You can go through and select the ones that you want it to pull the information in for. So you have it's customizable. All right. So next is with this is looking at the reputation management. The question is, I don't see how they can control reputation or how they manage it. Well, that's because you haven't seen this part of the dashboard. So we go in, first of all, into the overview to show that it's got 48 listing, as a 48% listing score. That means they have 9 that show that accurate, 11 have possible errors, and 11 have sources missing. And so when you go into listings over here on this next tab, it really details it on each one of these locations. And you can select the filter for search engines, review sites, the directories, the social sites. You get to choose what it is that you want to pull in here. But in this case, like Yahoo Local, it shows possible, there's no listing found for Yahoo. If I look down to City Search, it says listing found with possible errors. You click on Show Details, what's missing is the website. So if someone's looking for this business on City Search and they find it, and they want to go they look at their website, there's no website listed for them to click on to go look at. It's kind of a big deal not to have that listed. And if you go down to, for instance, down here on Better Business Bureau, it has the wrong phone number and the website is missing. Kind of a big deal whenever you don't have those in that place, but it shows all of the different places that their information is currently out there, or where it has errors, or where they're not found at all. So that still kind of goes along with the listings, but this is where you dig down into the detail. And the cool thing is, once you generate the snapshot report, is you have access to dig into all of this before you ever get on the phone with them. So next is the reviews, and this is where you start to be able to take control of the reputation management side of the equation with them. So they can have access to do this themselves, or they can have a concierge level of service where you have the VA360 staff actually going through and managing this for them and monitoring it and responding as well. So in this case, they've got a 4.7 out of 5 from 38 reviews, and it shows they've got 34 5-star. It breaks down the reviews. It's got a distribution over here with the graph. They've got 17 on Facebook, 17 on Google Plus Local, 3 on Yelp, and 1 other. And it shows you the reviews. It pulls them right into the dashboard. They don't have to go log into Yelp or log into Facebook or log into Google Plus to go in, see the reviews, or to respond to them. And where that's really important is down here. If I go down to this one on Google Plus, where it says "Don't trust the guy," and it's got 1 star. Well, the chances of that being really valid whenever there's so many 5-star reviews is probably pretty low. And the fact is that if it's not responded to, it's basically saying that they're guilty. So they need to go in here, click respond, and they can respond to it, and it will post directly to Google Plus for them without them being having to go to log into it separately. Everything is tied together in one place for them to manage it. Then in generate reviews, this is where they can take control of the review management aspect of their business, and they can send out a single request for feedback, or they can send it out in mass. They can upload a list and send it out to all their customers at one time if they would like to. It has it'll finish loading up here. Put in the name. They can add the contact. They can upload a CSV file, not CVS. That's a drugstore. And they can also they can send them out one at a time, and they can customize the message that they have in here in order to have them come in and leave the review. What happens, they receive the email. It has a link to leave feedback, and it takes them to a page to go in and leave a review on there. Also, they have widgets. They can take this widget and they can place it on their website. They can place it on the mobile website. They can put it just anywhere that will allow a widget code to go in, which is just an iframe. And when it loads up here, you'll see it's just a box where it allows them to give a star rating and also provide their feedback. It'll load up here in just a second, and it's also customizable. You can change the colors on the thing in order to make it match their website color. Like, for instance, when it pops up, it's like blue and white. In this case, their website has a lime green color to it, so you'd want to adjust it so that it fits. Not really sure why it's just taking a minute for it to load up here, but that's basically it's just a form that's got the 5 stars across there, so I don't want to waste everyone's time. Here it comes. And what these little boxes are stars. So let's move on to the next thing. Then you go into mentions. And it's getting slower. All right. With mentions, it monitors that on the web. It monitors mentions on the blog. It monitors mentions and any images. In this case, they don't have any because they have not entered the mentions that they want to pull in for. And you can also search mentions. You can go in and put Sarks Automotive, and it will pull in anything that has to do with them anywhere on the internet. Like, for instance, over here, this pulled this picture in from Instagram. I don't know why they don't either, but this picture on Instagram is somehow tagged with Sarks Automotive on it. Then when you go into social, they're able to tie everything together. Here, they're able to pull in their social activity. And when this loads up, it will show the postings that they've done basically on Facebook, because that's really the only social media that they have right now. But it pulls in their icon, their Facebook icon, and then it puts the posting of the photos. Each one of these is a photo, so it's going to take a minute for it to load up here. But it pulls that in for them. Now, this isn't the social posting place. This is just so they can go look at it all in one place when it comes to their reputation. There we go. So it's just going to unload and open up the pictures that they pulled in from Facebook. You can also go in and look at the competition compared to the client. They can put in their competitors. They can see the search engine share of voice. And this is very important. In this case, it's not as big of a deal for this company, but we're working with a personal injury attorney. And then their share of voice, the things that they want to be listed for, they want to be listed for like personal injury, car accident, attorney, nursing home neglect, and it shows their competitors ranking for like 40 and 50% of the market voice, and they rank for 2 or 3%. So it gives them that share of market voice whenever you actually have those things loaded in there. And then here it shows them the number of check-ins they have, and also the social audience. They have 139 combined between all of the different ones, because all they have really is Facebook. So it just shows their audience. And then under the reports, you can set this up so that it generates a report for them either weekly or monthly. And I'll let this load up real quick. And here's a report for them from October 26th to November 1st. And when that opens up, it kind of basically goes and shows them everything that was on those tabs that we just looked at. It shows them their score, 9, 11, 11, and by going through, it will go through, and whenever these are updated, it improves and increases their score, so they can see over time that their score is improving and increasing. It also pulls in any citations They had 17 total citations. It looks at the reviews. It shows a tag cloud of the trending words in their reviews, and it also shows them the reviews that came in for their business during that time period and how they were acted on, and also their mentions. So it gives them a full, comprehensive report whenever they go into doing that. So far, that's Presence Builder and Reputation Management. The other aspect that we have for them, and that's just two pieces, right? So another part of this is the social media part, where they can go in and take control of all their social media in one dashboard. And again, they can do it themselves, or they can have your staff, or the digital agents, rather, the staff of VA360, do it for them. And we'll let this open up. And that's not good. So this is not that there's a problem with the site, it's that it's because of my internet connection. That's not fun. All right. Let's try another down here. And so while that's loading up, inside of the social aspect of it, what it does is it pulls it in so that they can see anything that's been mentioned about social media. Here we go. They can respond to customers. They can attract new customers, and it also shows their social audience. And I'm not going to, with the customers, it shows any of their customers, any of the comments that they've made. And this one they have it because this one has not been set up. I'm going to go over the really cool part of this, which is the content. Everybody that I've ever talked to whenever it comes to marketing their business struggles with coming up with content for their business. So while with the concierge level, there's actually professional writers that write information for the content. But let's say that the person wants to manage their own social media. In this case, this is a home services business. This is a builder. They can go through here and just check the boxes for home services only, and it pulls up relevant content. So what I tell my clients is, imagine that you go to a newsstand and there's a ton of magazines there, and every one of them is about your industry. And you can open any one of those magazines and pick an article that you like, push a button, and it will automatically repost it to your social media account in the right format for the accounts that it's posting on. So if it's on Twitter, it will truncate it down to 140 characters of the link to take them to read the rest of the article. If it's on Facebook, it'll pull the image in, and also it'll make the article so that it formats to Facebook or Foursquare or whatever you're going to post that at. So let's say this one, 3 modern homes in many shades of gray. I'm not going to click and go to it. You can click, you can go read the article, and if you like it, you just come over here and click Republish. It opens up a screen, and you click which sites you want to republish it to. So you can add news feeds to this as well. So there's never a lull of information. There's never a lack of information for them to be able to post for themselves or for the digital agents to be able to post as well. And then also if you enter post, it just goes in. This is where they can schedule posts, and they can see all the posting that's happened for the business. So with that, I'm going to go over and look at how the packages are placed together and what that looks like and how the pricing works. Or should I go through the case studies, Kevin? Which do you think they're going to be the most excited about?
Well, let's explain the packages so they know what you guys are selling, and then you guys can walk through how you're just absolutely crushing it in your first 3 weeks, and what you're selling and how you're making so much money from it and getting great margins. Like, you guys have amazing profit margins even though you're doing none of the work. Like, the system and your virtual concierge does all the work for you.
Right. Yep. And then there's some comments like, this seems very complicated to explain. And the thing is that I'm going through it. Once you've gone through it a couple of times, whenever you sit down with a client and walk them through what I've just showed you, I promise you their eyes light up like it's like they're a kid on Christmas morning. And the thing that I keep hearing over and over again, when I give them the option, if they want to have the dashboard and do it themselves, they would say, this is really great. I want to be able to go in and look at it, but no, I want you to do it for me. So there it goes. Because it is a little bit overwhelming, it's not like you're giving them an overwhelming number of choices. It's overwhelming in how powerful it is. So it's kind of like they want to have somebody that knows how to operate the system, do it for them. So, and that's where, because I'll go through this in a little bit, but most of the time, everybody that we talk to says, you know what, I want the highest level of service I can get with this thing. And that's what we wind up doing. So I'm going to go through how we have this broken down. And these are the components. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm on my laptop, so I know this is probably a little bit small. And this is just how we have it broken down. This is nothing that's set in stone. You can label this however you want to for your business. This is just how we did it for ourselves as we were going through, being the sort of the going through testing this out to testing the software out and seeing the kind of results we can get. So we broke it into 3 packages, and these are the 3 packages that are available to you. You can call them what you want, and you can charge what you want. I'm going to go through what we charge for them, and I'm going to then go through what your cost is so that you can see the different levels and how it works. So we have bronze, silver, and gold. The bronze level is what I call the do-it-yourself package. The silver is the do-it-with-me. That's where you're having the concierge handle the reputation management, but not doing their social posting. And then the gold is the complete solution, or the do-it-for-me, where they're managing the reputation management for them, and they're also doing the social posting as well. And those are the main differences between the packages. So to begin with, all of the packages have Presence Builder, which goes through and gives them the mobile website. They all have Profile Sync, which allows them to synchronize their Facebook, Twitter, and Foursquare. They all have listing distributions. So every one of them, those 300 sites, the system's going to go through, send the information out to those 4 listing companies that are going to be sending the correct information out to all of those different agencies. They all have reputation management dashboard and alerts. That's for them to be able to go in and manage it themselves and receive alerts anytime they get any type of review on the system. They all have the social marketing dashboard, which allows them to go in and pull in content, post, respond, do everything on their social media all in one place. That's what they get for, and that's the bronze level package that we charge $97. So basically, they get their directory listings done, and they have access to the dashboard to manage things themselves. And so we suggest a setup fee of $97. Because the first month the cost is $72. There's an upfront cost for a couple of the items, and then after that, each month it's $30 a month. So you wind up making $67 a month just from them being able to have access to the dashboard, and there's not really any other work for you to do there. With the silver package, they get Visibility Premium, and what Visibility Premium does is it goes in and the digital agent goes in and claims and optimizes their Google+, their Yelp, their YP Local, and their Bing listings. They still get the other ones verified and optimized, but they go through and make sure that everything is in place and everything is correct and as correct and as optimized as possible, because that's where 85% of all search traffic comes from. So we want those to be completely jam up and jelly tight, because even if they, I've already done that, yeah, but you haven't done it to the point of having it completely optimized by someone who does this every day for their job. So that's a Visibility Premium. That's on both of them. Then review management is where having the concierge go through and take care of looking at all of their reviews and also responding to the reviews online. They can, any type of mentions, any type of reviews. If they're good reviews, taking those, responding to them, and also pushing it out to the social media sites as extra social media content. If they're negative reviews, writing a response, sending it to the business owner, giving them 24 hours to approve or disapprove of the response, and then posting that response back to the negative review. And then the concierge level of service, what that does is once you sign the customer up, you're basically done, because the concierge takes over from there for you. You don't have to worry about collecting all of their information, like their keywords and their share of voice and how they want the things listed and what competitors they want to be able to compare themselves to. The concierge calls with your company name on your behalf and takes care of that onboarding call for you. Now, if you want to be on there, that's absolutely fine, and we welcome that for the first few, so that you have so you understand how that works. But they really take that over and do all of that work for you. So that's in the silver. It takes care of the review management and the concierge managing the account for you, and that's $297 a month is what we put as suggested retail. You can charge what you want to for it. We've got people already charging close to double that. So you can, depending on where you're at and what the level of services are and what the cost of living is, you can charge as much as you want to for this. The cost the first month is $319, and after that it's $127 a month. That's because with Visibility Premium and the listing distributions, there's a one-time charge for going through and getting those things done. So there's a little more cost up front for the very first month. The other thing is you don't have to worry about it because you're signing them into at least a 1-year contract. Right? So they're going to be paying you every month for a year, so it's not like you're running a risk of losing anything here because they're already signing up, and you're going to charge them a setup fee, which is going to give you basically that first month in your pocket, along with so that the first month fee covers the setup. And then under Gold, it's all of that plus posting 4 times a week on the social media sites, being Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Foursquare. And they're adding Instagram here pretty soon as well. And again, that's $497 setup as suggested. It's $440 for the first month and $247 every month after that. So with the bronze, if you went with this pricing, you're making $67 a month. With the silver, you're making $170, and with gold, you're making $250. A lot of people say, well, I'm used to more of a markup than that. That's fine. If this is based in Greenville, South Carolina, where the price of gas is $1.79 a gallon, and look at what does it cost you where you're at. So adjust accordingly. Greenville is a small rural area, so you can probably charge a lot more for this, and I suggest you do. We've already changed bronze from 79 to 97, and because everybody we talk to wants gold, we're probably going to be bumping that up as well. So we're going to be going from $497 to $597, and you're bumping that up because that adds another $100 a month per customer to that. So that's the packages.
Real quick, what are you guys seeing other members charging for the gold package at the higher levels in bigger cities?
One person is charging up to $997 for it.
Okay. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot more room to add more margin if you're not in a small little town like Benesis and Jody are, where they're getting their clients, but being in bigger cities.
Right. The other thing is also by who they are. I wouldn't charge the local auto repair center the same as I would a high-level personal injury attorney. The attorney is going to, they can handle a little bit more of the charge. Not that they should just pay more because they can, but because they expect to. That's the other part of it.
And another thing I wanted to point out is the silver and gold comes with your own virtual concierge. So it's somebody that does all the personal interaction on your behalf, white labeled to you. So you don't have to be the person handling all the day-to-day interaction that's going on.
Right. No, it's all handled for you. And it's and they also generate a report to be delivered to the customer for you as well. And you have access to it in your back office. So there's never a chance where you're going to be blindsided or caught off guard by anything, because you have access to everything that the customer has access to. And everything is done with your branding.
Right, and like Jody said before, he showed you when he was showing the 6 different emails. You can basically use, I always recommend when I've done with my clients so far, is literally list myself as one of those emails, and then they have 5 more. And what that does, it literally alerts you when a review comes across, a listing change, a Facebook notification, and it's not necessarily, you're not going to have to respond it on the silver and gold, but it's kind of cool to be able to point out to your client, hey, just wanted to let you know we got 5 more new reviews this week, and it looks like you're totally on top of things versus having to sign in to every account for the client, from reviews to social sites, to keep track of it. And that's what makes it so big for them too, because if they didn't have this, they literally would have to sign into all the review sites, sign into each social media site, and sign into all the individual directories to fix these things. So it's huge.
And the other thing is, once you go through and walk through this with a customer, and somebody said, who do I turn to whenever they ask me what's behind this? No one's going to ask you that, because with the level of detailed information you have on their business and are able to show it in the format of this, no one is ever going to question the legitimacy of your business, and they're never going to ask you for case studies, because they're going to see exactly what their business looks like. And the fact is that, and it's that way because of them not controlling what's being said about their business online. So the whole thing, the purpose with case studies, this isn't about let me get you on the first page of Google. This is about let me make sure all the information that's already out there about your business is correct and relevant, to make sure that anytime anyone does find your information, that they're finding only the best for you. So that takes care of a lot of the things that a lot of people used to struggle with, especially if you're new in the business. It's like you don't have to worry about getting asked those questions if you're trying to go in there with something that's piecemeal together that you've put together. You're walking in there with all of this data already put in place with a very professional-looking dashboard that's branded with your logo, your image, your picture, and all of that is already set up. If you look at over here at the snapshot report, see it's got my picture up here, my name, my phone number, my email. All of this is put into the system. Everything that goes out, every email that goes out has your picture, your name, your phone number on there, and so all of those pieces there. So, there's not a lot of that to have to worry about. So one of the things that we wanted to expand on.
Hey, Jody, a quick question, a great question Florian asked, and then we're going to get into the case study of how you guys generated almost $17,000 the first 3 days this week. But Florian goes, are these people that your concierge, are they based here in North America, or are they like somebody halfway across the globe that speaks English as a second language?
No, they're all North American based. English is their first language.
Yeah, so that's another huge difference with this, is it's all U.S. or actually I think some are in Canada-based people that are interacting with your clients. It's not somebody halfway the world that kind of barely speaks English. So you can have a lot of pride and confidence in the quality of work that's going to be done and the interaction with your customers.
Yeah, and they're all very vetted and very qualified. So they're upper level that are handling this for us. So I'm going to go through this real quick. This is an example of one of the emails that goes out with the system, and this is someone that I had I'd met with. I had worked on my vehicle, and I sent them. I went through the system, and I said sent one email to them, sent the snapshot report to them. And then I sort of forgot about the fact that it continues to send the emails out, because by default it sends out the series of 4 emails when you create the snapshot report. And so I had gone and met with them. They said, yeah, it looks like we want to do this. And then the girl went on vacation. And by girl, I mean, I don't mean that derogatorily. I'm 54 years old, so everybody that's less than 40 years old to me is a girl. So the young lady that manages the service department, she went on vacation, and so I knew she was getting back like on Monday. I was going to call her on Tuesday. Well, the system sent this email out that says, hey, I just did a quick scan of Sarks Automotive, and it looks like you're missing some key listings. Well, I forgot that I didn't really think about it sending it out until in my inbox I get this email from her. Hey, sorry, I've been super busy. How much is it again for your company to do everything for us? Like I said, when they see this, they always want to know how much for you to do everything. And so I responded back to her. See, this was on November 17th, so it was this week. And I said, hey, Misty, no worries. I was going to let you get settled in and give you a call later on. The gold package is $497 setup and $497 a month. To which she replied, it's a go. So I forgot about it, because I may not have gotten around to sending that follow-up email. The system did it for me, and because it did, and she responded, you see, it didn't go to some autoresponder somewhere. It went straight into my inbox for me to see it immediately whenever she responded to it. So, and also, anytime someone opens up the snapshot report to look at that, it immediately, not only does it put it to the top of your Sales Central and put the flames on there to show you that it's very hot, it sends you an email to let you know that they've looked at it as well. So you're always being notified by the system of what's going on, so you can follow up as quickly as possible. Then this is one where, this is real quick with this one, this is one where we had sent the snapshot report out to an attorney. And the attorney looked at this. It's kind of hard to see this, but what it is on November 6th at 9:14, the customer clicked, they clicked the email, then they clicked the report at 9:14. At 9:17, he picked up the phone and called Vanessa and said, I want to set an appointment to talk to you about your services. Now, and that's down here where it says Blake called at 9:17. He sounded excited, right? And then from there, the next step was on November 10th, and actually it happened on November 9th, but it didn't get posted until November 10th, and that was up here, booked a package for $7,500 setup and $2,000 a month for optimization. So just from that is $29,500 for the year, just from that one snapshot report being sent out. So, and again, there's more service here than just what's available through VA360. But if you have other services like pay-per-click advertising or video services or anything else that you do, you can add that to this dashboard and sell them on all of your services as a package along with VA360. So that's just one example of there's no limitation with the system here. Here's another one. This actually happened when we were doing the webinar. During the webinar, 61 leads came in straight in. It says you have a sales opportunity. So there's 61 of them that came in on that day. From those 61, we set 7 appointments. And I have this blocked out because before people have actually called different customers. So the presentation booked, there's 7 presentations. There's more than that booked, but those were booked that day or the next day from those 61 leads. From that, we made 3 sales. And those 3 sales netted, came up with $16,783. $783,785, as I just put the number in there. So from that, what that means is that's just in 3 days from the leads being brought in 3 days' time, $16,783. And with that, that's profit of $9,000 in our pocket. So that's in just 5 days, working 2 hours per day.
Yeah, so this is what Vanessa is doing, and everybody didn't get to introduce her at the beginning, but your wife is a stay-at-home mom with, I think you guys have 4 kids that she schools, or homeschools. So homeschools.
I don't school that many, Kevin.
I don't know.
Some of them are a little bit older, but yeah, so we homeschool though from literally 9 to 12. And usually we have lunch, usually wrap up around 12:30, have lunch, and 1 o'clock I start working on this. And, some days I don't get to work on it, but I try to give at least 2 hours per day with this. And what's really cool about this is, yes, I like to go out and do some of the presentations in person, but we've done quite a few of these with Join.me. So I don't even have to leave my desk, which is awesome, because we've had such a great conversion rate on the sales and stuff that, you just make a couple of these a week and it's going to be awesome. And so it's really excited me because I don't have 40, 60 hours a week to work. I just don't have it. And so this has really been a game changer with being able to do it from the desk, from home.
Yeah, so you don't have to go visit people in person with this. You, like you said, do it completely over the phone, a couple hours a day. And here, you talk to 7 people and close 3 deals. That's almost a 50% conversion rate. And all of those leads were generated from the system, the marketing system in here. Yeah. That's something that realistically anybody that's doing this part-time could do that themselves.
Yeah. For the first time, you can someone working part-time can actually make a full-time income legitimate very easily. So yeah, absolutely. And
you guys, you teach this in the program, you would do 12-month contracts. So this is reoccurring income that you can count on over the long term because they're committed long term.
Yeah, so to qualify that $16,783 is over 12 months. But I go ahead and count it because they're signed a 12-month contract. And they're not going to end. The fact is that they're not going to ever not want this. Once you go from driving a stick shift to driving automatic, you're not going to go back to a stick shift if you don't have to. Once you go anytime you upgrade to the next thing, you never want to go back to the old way that you did things. So they're never going to go back.
And the thing is, it's how you present this to them when you're doing the actual sale. I don't know if we get into that or not, but it's how you present this to them.
Yep. So I'm going to go through here because I want to be respectful of everyone's time. Because the other thing is, so basically, if you look at this, that took 3 days in order to do that working. Actually, 5 days from the time the leads came in to actually closing the sales. So what if it took you a month to get the same results? Right? Most people would be ecstatic to have those type of results in a month. Granted, that was 5 days. So people say, well, that's great. You guys have done this. You're really good at it. So let's say that it takes you a month to do the same thing. So $9,000 profit times 12. By the end of the year, that's $108,000 just by making 3 sales per month with a system that's set up to run like a thoroughbred. So, there's no limitation to what you can do with it. This is working at 5 days. This is 5 days a week, working at 2 hours a day, maybe. Not really a concentrated 2 hours a day to be able to get that type of results. Now, one of the things with snapshot reports we haven't really talked about is that there is a fee for the snapshot reports of $2 per report. A lot of people are like, well, that's just me. That's ridiculous. How much? That's a lot of money. Whenever I don't know if someone's going to open the email or look at it. So what I want to do is kind of look at what that looks like and what it looked like for our campaign that we did completely wrong. Vanessa did this, and I love her, but she completely screwed every aspect of this thing up.
That's because you were covering the system part that was supposed to tell me to limit it to 50 emails.
Well,
And
I don't get to say,
we didn't
this is
have that
all I
conversation
get to say you screwed up, so hush. So yeah, so I mean, we did it. There was reasons that we did the things that we did, but you can take heart in the fact that we completely screwed everything up, and the type of results we got in 15 days is nearly $70,000. But we spent more money than we needed to. So here's what we did. So we did 267 snapshot reports. We did a list of 267 businesses. If you have a list of any type, shape, or form, you should never do more than 50, ever. So, and even, I mean, anybody that's breathing has 50 contacts that they have come in contact with through the course of their life that probably are business owners that you could send a snapshot report out to. So people are saying, I don't have a list. You, believe it or not, you do, and we're going to show you ways of how to develop that as well, very easily. But from those 267 snapshots, it developed 108 leads. From those 108 leads, we got 9 sales. So the sales, that was $70,283 in the first 15 days for a cost of $534, and we did it all wrong. So from that, our cost per lead was around $5. So you ask any business owner out there, would they pay $5 a lead? And they would. And then the cost per customer, around $60 to basically get a customer. If you're going to get a customer that you can make $500 a month off of every month for at least a year, would you pay $60 for that? I would, all day long. Anybody in business would, all day long. So let's take that and break it down into, let's look at if you didn't screw everything up, what would that look like for you? So let's say you did 100 snapshots, which is really probably twice as many as you should to begin with. That's $200. Let's say you got 30 leads from that, and from those 30 leads, you didn't close 10% like we did. You only closed 2 of those. What would that look like for you? Well, it would be, if you sold 1 gold and 1 silver, that would be $10,300 for the year just from that. And that profit would be over $5,000 in profit from spending $200 on sending out snapshot reports. That's a pretty good return on your investment. And you don't have to go that big or do that. With your targeted list, with you knowing business owners already or the people that you already do business with, going through and sending them a snapshot report and setting up a profile, you're going to have a lot higher closing ratio because some of the businesses that we have dealt with are people that we had a previous relationship with, and they're a lot easier to talk to and a lot easier to close. So as far as it costing a pushback on $2 for snapshot, man, it is a deal because it not only does that, it also sets up and does the whole drip sequence for you with the emails written that get that 30% open rate. So I can't stress enough how easy it is to go through and utilize this system, and then when you walk them through it, basically they're nodding their head saying, how do I get this? Because they don't want you to walk out the door or get off the phone and go back to looking at having to log into all of those systems if they're doing anything to monitor their stuff. Let's see. So let's see something over here.
Oh, one thing I love about this is if anybody's still in the getting started phase in this business, this is absolutely something that you could go do and start seeing results with in your very first month, because it's an all-inclusive under one roof package that has a marketing, sales, fulfillment, and then the training that you guys provide shows you exactly how to do what you guys are doing. Like literally show, here's how we do the calls, here's how we close the deals, here's how we do everything. And then for those of you that already have a business up and running, I think this is a perfect tie-in to what you're doing in one of 2 ways. Either it becomes the new front end for your business, where this is the marketing engine, the racehorse that's out there just sending in hot leads over and over again that you're closing like crazy, and then upgrade them into your other higher-end big-ticket services that you have to offer. And that's going to be a much easy sale, because these are, once they become a customer and they see the results and you earn their trust, then going back and selling them a multi-$1,000 a month package is so much easier.
And the other thing is, like I said, the other thing we did wrong is Vanessa pushed the button to send all those emails out at like 3:30 in the afternoon. Well, you get 100 leads in at 3:30 in the afternoon and all the businesses close at 5. There's no way you're following up with all those leads. And so not only that, it did it every Wednesday at that same time. So it was backwards every time it did it. If we had done it earlier in the day, and we're able to do that, then we would have had time to follow up with those leads and made even more sales, because as soon as they open that snapshot report and look at it, the statistics show that you want to be calling them within an hour to talk to them, because it's fresh on their mind. They just looked at it, and the conversation goes so much easier. So that's another thing that we did wrong, was sending it out in the afternoon rather than sending it in the morning, where we had time to follow up with the people that actually clicked on it and looked at the thing. So with that, is it okay if I go ahead now and kind of go through and show what this whole package is and what it looks like? Or
yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to add to that.
One thing I was going to add for the advanced people is, you didn't cover it in here, but in the training you guys go over how to do this. You can add in your own custom packages in here for the services that you sell, so it's built into the system underneath the dashboard here. So if you offer your own, let's say, a high-end SEO package or pay-per-click management package or whatever it is, you can add it into the system, and it's managed underneath here. So that's a more advanced thing, but I just want to put that out there for the people that already have an agency guiding clients, and you see this as a tie-in to what you're doing. It's a seamless integration for you. So that's something that all you guys can really look forward to.
Right.
So we have a bunch of people now excited to get started, so let's cover how to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's whether you're brand new or you've been doing this for a while. Like I said, I've been in this business since 2008, and I've never been as excited as I am now. And I did multiple six figures in my first 3 months in business the first time around. So we're gonna blow that out of the water this time. I'm the guy that did 30 days of 30K, and Vanessa's beat me working 2 hours a day. So that goes to show you the power of this thing. So in looking at it, in introducing Virtual Agency 360, this is the system, how the system is set up, and this is what you get with it. You get the main program components, or you get a full white label of the software and the marketing system, so everything is branded. Everywhere you saw Nerdmetrics on there, which is Vanessa's company branding, it's your branding. The snapshot reports that show your prospects, the online score for the directory listings, the review sites, the citations, the social media, the able to build their own mobile website, and also the desktop scores. And then Sales Central, that fully integrated CRM where everything is in one place, and all of the notes. I didn't even go into that part, but like where it shows the breakdown of every action they take. You see everything they do, every time they click the email, every time they open the report. You see it in their history of exactly what they've done. And you log in there if the presentation is booked, or if you've done the presentation, or if the sale was won. You have the 10x automated prospecting system, which allows you to bulk upload. I wouldn't upload any more than 50 at a time, but you can upload that into the system, and then it has the done-for-you email marketing campaign that, like I said, they have over 30% open rates and 30% click-through rates, which is outstandingly phenomenal with anything that has to do with email. And a lot of people say, well, I've done this before and it wasn't that great. Well, you want to make sure that you're sending it to a person's name and that person's email so that it's going to be very highly actionable, not just sending them out blindly. You want to have some reason that you've done. Like us, we did it with a list from a Chamber of Commerce that we're a member of, and we had joined it a year ago. We went to one meeting. Nobody knew who we were. We actually joined it as Grow Local Greenville, not Nerdmetrics, that we sent that list out to. So, but we sent it, the power was it was sent to the email and there was a person's name that went with it. That's what gets that high open rate. Next is Presence Builder. This is where you're able to sync the client's profiles, and also they get the location page and also profile sync. So you're able to give them about $295 of service for free just to get on the phone with them or just to go into the business and go through the report with them. Nobody else is able to really lead with that, to be able to give them a mobile website page and also profile sync just for taking a look at the report. Social media. You're able to have a social media dashboard so that you can help the local businesses grow their fan base. They can find real-time leads and share relevant content across all their social media accounts in one place. And the reputation dashboard, like I said, it's white labeled. We went through that, so you have access to those for the clients as well. Then brand analytics, and this is one where, let's say that you have a business with multiple locations. They are each an individual location, but behind the scenes, we're able to go in for you, stitch all of them together into putting into what we call brand analytics, so that whenever that person that has 4 or 5 sites logs in, they don't have to log into 4 or 5 different locations. They go into one place and see their information for all of their locations, and also see them compared to one another as well. And there's no extra cost for that. Because they have more than one account, we put all that together for them in the back office at no extra charge. And then Concierge is the virtual agency 360 solution that takes you out of the fulfillment business for good. This is what I'm most excited about. I mean, at one point, we even actually, when I first got started in the business, I had 5 employees working for me at one time. I was going out closing deals so I could make payroll. You don't ever have to worry about doing that with this. Also, I mean, at one point, Vanessa had such trouble getting fulfillment done that she actually started her own outsourcing company. And in those days, she was very glad or well behind her, because I can remember, countless nights of her being up till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning managing other people's accounts. You no longer have to do that. They take care of the social mentions. They post expert articles up to 4 times a week on Facebook and Twitter, and they handle and scan and respond to any reviews for the customer. Along with that, you have 6-module online video training system where we walk you through every step of the system, how to position it, how to get the list to put together, how to send those out, how to position it. We go through and show you exactly how to walk through the customer through the system and take them all the way from getting into the door, getting the appointment, to taking them all the way to the close. And so with 99, we get you all of the way through the process, along with all of the aspects of the system and how it works. And we have quick start training so that you can get up and running in a day. I mean, there's people that they've already got this system within 48 hours already out there closing deals. So you can get started very, very quickly. And as a bonus, we give you 7 industry-specific sales presentations that are in there. They're for the restaurant industry, the car industry, real estate, the health services industry, home services, and I forgot the other 2, but there's 7 different industry-specific sales presentations. Also, there are 8 unbranded brochures. There's one for every service offering so that you can take those unbranded brochures, put your picture on there, put your information, and have it, and be able to take that, and they're very professionally done, so that you have that ability to leave collateral behind if that's something that you typically do or want to be able to have to hand out to people. And also, there's 8 unbranded marketing videos. And not only are we giving you the videos, but also the video transcripts. We're giving you blog ranking secrets so that you can take those and turn them into blog posts for your own business. And also video speed ranking checklists so you can take those videos and actually rank them for your business as well. And the snapshot widget. A lot of people get very excited about the snapshot widget. What this is it gives you a widget that you can put on your website so that you can, and when you bring people to your website, they can click a link and takes them over to fill out put their business phone number in and generate a snapshot report for themselves. It then sends you an email to let you know that they've generated the snapshot report so that you can follow up with them immediately. And you have a lot more than just their name and their email. You have their phone number. You have all the details about their business because the snapshot report has pulled it in for you. Also, like I said, we give you everything that you need to be successful. We have sales scripts from getting the appointment and the sale all the way to the sale, and we give you the PowerPoint presentations to be able to use and the transcripts for those presentations to walk you through the script so you have no problems in going through and sharing this information with people. Now, the fast action bonuses. This is where it gets really exciting. So if you weren't excited enough, the next part is that we're going to make sure you're successful because we're going to do 4 weeks of live coaching calls with you. We're going to make sure that you have everything you need in order to be successful and answer every question that you have. We're available to make sure that you are able to be successful with this. And a lot of people, we've got a $9.97 value on there, but there are people that have already gotten more than that much value out of just being on the first call, being able to go out and implement the things that we've shown them. Next is getting started today. Here's what's included. We have a value of over $1 million on here, and that's because really this software is several $1 million in development. So you get the full white label of our software. You get the snapshot reports to show your prospects their online scores. You get the Sales Central. This is the fully integrated CRM. Finally, everything is in one place. You get the 10X automated prospecting system. You get the done-for-you email marketing campaigns. You get Presence Builder to allow your customers to sync their social profiles and use the location page. You get Reputation, the white label reputation management software for your agency for them to be able to use that dashboard. Social marketing dashboard. The concierge level, the concierge service, the access to that so that you can have that for your clients. We went through the packages and how that concierge works and the difference in the pricing. Also, You get the 6-module online training system. You get the quick start training. You get the 7 industry-specific sales presentations, the sales scripts from getting into the door all the way to closing the sale, the 8 marketing videos, the snapshot widgets so people can get a snapshot report right from your website. You can help your clients generate reviews. I didn't even go into the part about the review generation cards that you can make up for them and give to them and hand out. If people aren't, they don't have their email, they can always hand the cards out. And the done-for-you brochures for each service offering. So all of that, that's the entire package. It's everything that's included in the training. And the way that that's set up, and I want to preface this with, whenever I show this to you, there's one more thing that's going to blow you away after I show you what the cost is on this and what Kevin has actually put together. So with that, the way this, I've got Fast Action Bonus again. This join virtualagency360.com. It's 3 payments of $397 or just 1 payment of $997, and then there's a $297 a month enterprise level access each month so that you can continue to have access to the system. Now, what we put together for Kevin and what he sort of twisted our arm about, so we want to make sure that everybody was able to take advantage of this, is we've put together something specifically only for Kevin. No one else will ever have access to this at this level other than Kevin's audience, and that is the Nitro Premier Membership Fast Action Bonus. Today, we'll waive the normal $297 a month enterprise level account access fee. You'll receive 1 full year and then a massively reduced membership price of $297 a month after that. So for the first year, you save over $3,500, and then after that, $2,400 a year savings after that to have access to the system. And I can promise you, after you get to that year, it's going to be a no-brainer. And that is, like I said, we put that together because Kevin wanted to make sure that you had everything that you needed in order to be successful. But it doesn't stop there. So Kevin, you actually have some bonuses that you're throwing in here as well from your side, right?
Yeah, and real quick before we get into that, I just want to point out how huge of a deal this is. Like if you go to the Virtual Agency 360 site to sign up there, you pay $1,000 and $297 a month. And I told Damien, we got to do the best thing I absolutely possibly can for our people to make it the easiest yes for them to get into this. So he did a huge favor for me, for all of you. He has said he's going to waive that monthly fee because what you're getting all in one roof is a ton of value. It's a multi-million-dollar system that you can go out from day one, branded completely to you. It truly makes you look like a $1 million agency. Because that's what it costs. It costs millions of dollars to build this thing, and it is world-class. So to get that for just this one fee, and then all the training and the support, and then the live coaching guiding you through, showing you exactly how Jody and Vanessa created over $70,000 in revenue in their first 3 weeks. They're going to show you exactly what they did to make that happen. Where did they get their list? How did they do the calls? How did they, like everything you're going to know how to do. And then then be able to use this full out for the entire year with no extra cost, and then discount it to cover the basic cost to provide this to you after that year. Like this is huge for all of you, and literally if you don't do it now, you're going to miss out. You're going to have to pay the full price, and you will just regret it every month when you look at your bill and you see, dang it, I have to pay this $297. It's worth it, but I could have got it without that monthly fee. So I just hope you realize this is a huge deal that I really held Damien to the standard of we got to do the best we possibly can, and he delivered big time for you guys because I know the difference this is going to make for you. So there's also 2 other things that I'm personally going to do because I'm such a huge fan in this that I want to really help you make the next year, 2016, the flagship, most best phenomenal year possible for you when you get to this program. And I think we have a slide or 2 about that.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. So the first thing I'm going to do for everybody that gets started on today's webinar is last week I sent out a training on how to create a 90-day strategic plan. So my consulting clients pay me $2,500 to do this for them. And we get together and over a half-day workshop, we create a phenomenal strategic plan of exactly where do they want to be in 90 days. and what do they need to do to get there. And then for the next 90 days, they're executing on that. All the overwhelm that you might have disappears, and you have a tremendous amount of clarity, direction, and energy and confidence to hit the ground running and not get distracted and not do what you need to do. So I want to make sure everybody that gets in this program, you have the same 90-day strategic plan for you and your business. So we're after a couple of days into, or a couple of weeks into the program, and you really got your grasp with it, we're going to get together and do a half-day session where I'm going to walk you through the same process that my clients that pay me a lot of money to do this, I'm going to do it with you, because I want to set you up for massive success going this new year. And by the time those 90 days are done and you execute that plan, you will be so far ahead in your business. It will be light days different. And then you're going to know how to do that over and over and over again and hit these 90-day sprints in your business. And each 90 days, you're dramatically further ahead. So this is a huge thing I want to do for you to really make sure that this is not like anything like in stuff in the past where you get it and it just doesn't, you don't apply it. This is something that you're going to get and you're going to transform your life and transform your business. If you're brand new, perfect. If you're already established, even better. You're going to get even more value out of this. So that's the first thing that is I'm going to do for you, for everybody that gets in this program. The second thing I'm going to do, when you get started at the full pay option and pay the full pay price, you're going to get a personal one-on-one mentorship with me. And we're going to get together on a call. We're going to do some prep work so I really know where you're at right now in your business. And we're going to get together on a mentoring call. Did the screen change? Or can the screen change?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. There.
All right, so we're going to get together, and one-on-one, I'm going to work with you and really do a deep dive on exactly where you and your business is at right now, and then we're going to create massive transformation in this business. That when you combine this with the 90-day plan, and then me personally working and mentoring you one-on-one, this is something I don't do. Like to get this, you have to pay me a lot of money and be signed up to a long-term deal to get this kind of access to me, because I only do this for people like in my companies. This is the role I play with my business partner, my agency, is I am the mentor for my business partner, and we are growing like crazy. Or our licensee clients that pay us a lot of money every month. That's the role I play, and I'm going to do that for you as well. But you got to sign up at the full pay level, and then we're going to schedule this once you're in the program, because again, I really, really want this to be the thing that transforms you and your business. If you're new, it's going to be a huge transformation. If you're already established, we're going to figure out how to really dial it in and plug in what you got going with what you have here and really create massive breakthrough for you. So this is something I'm really passionate about. I love it how my phone is connected to my computer. This is something I'm really passionate about, so I want to step up as big as I possibly can and give myself and my wisdom and my heart and passion for this to make a difference for you. So Damien stepped up big with a huge deal that you're going to get with this. You can't get it anywhere else. It is like insane what you're going to, with the deal that he gave you, and I want to do the same thing with giving you my own personal time, attention, and commitment that this is a game changer for you. So hopefully everybody gets going on here, but you got to get started today. Got to get started on this webinar. Don't put it off. Don't wait, because it's going to be gone, and then you're going to regret that you missed out on it, and then you're going to have to pay so much more, and you're not going to get the personal attention from me.
The other thing is that it is limited. That it's not open forever. Because the thing is that if you go to the page and it's there, it's still available. If you go and it's gone, then it's gone, and the full price is what you're going to have to pay. So we're not. It's not like one of those. It's not a here's the number. It's limited, and whenever you go there, if it's gone, it's gone. But here's the thing I wanted to kind of share is it doesn't stop there, because there's already success stories rolling in. We have Matt, who in just 48 hours of firing up the A360 has already closed 2 new clients one with multiple locations. But remember, I told you about how we stitch them together so that they're able to have everything in one place, and that's $5,700 is what he's closed them for. So he's already not only made what it costs for the system, but also he'll also put a ton of money in his pocket as well. So with that, it's joinvirtualagency360.com. It's $9.97 to get started, and as I said, you get everything in one place that you need in order to get started moving and with your business immediately. And again, it's not like I said, I haven't been the main one doing this. I've been behind the scenes, kind of putting things together. Vanessa is the one who has been been sending the things out, getting on the phone with people, closing the deals. I've closed a couple simply because of I've contacted people and sent information to them, and I've used the system in order to do it. Which every time I look at this, and as much as I dig into it, as many systems as I've seen, the thing I keep saying about this is it just gets better and better. Every time I look at it, every time I go in and use it, I fall in love with it more and more. To the fact that the point of, like when we went in and closed the attorney and with the big package, I wish they hadn't done that, because now there's actually some fulfillment that we sort of have to be responsible for, where if we just do the gold packages, just do the VA360 packages, it's what I call mailbox money. There's no more work for us to have to do. Now, we probably will touch base with the client from time to time and do things like that and check in on them, but we're not going, it's not like we have to do a lot of heavy lifting or worry about fulfillment work, because it's all taken care of for us. So, I mean, in order to stay and keep that moving, that's why we've chose to utilize the system, because it does everything that we want. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just saying if there's anything else that Cam said. Yes, we love you, Kevin. I saw that comment in there. There was a couple of questions. Says, does Concierge also fix local listings and other problems that could show up in the snapshots? Yeah, you're covered two ways with that. One is the virtual agents are also looking at that, but also the system, where we take that information and send it out to the four info sharing sites, the Axiom and all the different ones, Neustar. They go in and start distributing that information. You saw how quickly we just signed the automotive company up on the day is Friday. We signed them up on Tuesday, and they've already gone through, and you can already see there's fixes already in place on a lot of those things. Someone else says, when someone uses Snap, let's see. Now there was one other one about that I really wanted to answer. It was a really cool question. Go back through here. It was really cool. It was multiple locations. No, on that one, I think it may be gone already. But yeah, the concierge, like I said, they basically take over and do all of the stuff, all of that for you, so that you don't have to do that anymore. Someone said they wanted to see the package with the slide with the packages again. That's actually over here. I can put over that real quick here. Let me make sure it's still up here. Yeah, that's the packages, bronze, silver, and gold, and the level of services that you have within there. So the bronze is what we call the do-it-yourself, for them to have access to the dashboard to do the things themselves. Silver takes care of giving them concierge for the review management aspect and also going through the directory listings. And then the gold is all of it, including posting on social media. And don't forget, whenever they look at those reviews, if they're positive reviews, that concierge is going to also be pushing those positive reviews out as social media postings on their social sites as well. So keep in mind that they're going to be, it's a full service aspect whenever it comes to doing that. I'm super excited about that. And I know Vanessa is, she's been, like I said, she's been on that side. So anything that you want to add in there, Vanessa, from the things that you've been working on, like some of the things that she's found when she's explaining it to people, she's got some different ways that she's told them, a way that she kind of gets them to sort of see the picture of how the system works and what it does for them.
Well, real quick before you jump in there, Vanessa, I would just really curious, type in like who's already in and type in I'm in the chat box so I know who's in, so I can really look forward to be working with you so we can go out and really crush it with this system and make this next year just an insane win for you. So type in the chat box if you're in, so I know who I'm get the great fortune to work for. So, oh man, awesome people, love it, Robert and Elaine and Dwayne and everybody else. So that's amazing, love it, guys. And Vanessa, you have some great wisdom to share, because every time you talk about what you're doing, make it sound so easy because it actually is.
Yeah, it actually is, guys. It's one of the easiest things and the easiest sells because, like, when we first started, we were selling packages that were, we'd always go in and it was going to be $5,000 down and, $1,500, $2,000 a month, and that was it. We weren't going to deal with anybody else. Well, you were leaving a ton of money on the table, plus, like Jody said, lots of work to fulfill. And so what I wanted was something that was a software. I compare this to LifeLock. To the clients now when I go in. I came up with this, this week, and basically LifeLock, everybody knows what that is. It monitors 24 hours. Well, this is how this software is. You'll never want to get rid of it for your business because it will notify you of listing, reviews, and social media. It's going to let you keep, have the pulse of your business. So LifeLock's not something they're going to want to cancel. And it literally kind of was a game changer this week because they're like, they got it when you said that. Trying to explain some other things initially with just going through and everything. Because I want to, when I set them up for the stage, I want them to, in their mind, this is going to be a forever thing. So when you get down to the pricing and they see that pricing, that's pennies. I mean, $97 a month minimum. Our pricing is that. You can price it whatever you want, but I'm looking to have 50 to 100 people, if not more, in this. So it's automated. What you're looking for is this is scalable, guys. This is, you can do videos and film videos and do other kind of stuff, but this is scalable for me at least because I only want to do it a few hours a day. The continuity is going to give you that money every month, and it by far, because you have the snapshot, because you have the dashboard to sell, you can do it on Join Me, you can do it on Person. It's very powerful. They get excited when they see this, and they know that they're going to be able to control the pulse of their business by logging into a dashboard. They're not going to have to worry about signing into 300 plus listing sites to keep everything correct. A dozen review sites to make sure those are all up to date and answer every review. Social media. This literally, guys, will take them from needing a full-time employee, not that you want to get anybody fired, but seriously, a full-time employee running social media down to just a few hours a week. And most of the time that everybody I've come across, they've got another employee trying to do it pathetically. They spend maybe 15 hours a week and it's still a mess. And it's not done right. So it's such an awesome software. Again, we've jumped back in, put a new name, Nerdmetrics. I mean, we've been in Green Elephant as our company in social media since 2011. That's what we've always had. But I just thought this sounded like a high-end name, and that's why I wanted to do it, so it'll be like software-based. Definitely can add the other services you're offered. You see, we did. We were like totally pushing against it in there. But then we got into it. They really needed those other things because they're only marked, like Jody said, they want to rank for 4 things, and they're literally only ranking for 1, and they've been paying someone for 5 years to rank for the 1. So, it's whatever you want it to be, whether you can do 2 hours a day, whether you can do 8 hours a day. It truly is a game changer, and I'm so glad Damien's put this together.
So, one of the things I wanted to show, somebody had asked a question. Let me go over here and share this real quick. And there's a couple other questions I want to answer. I know we're up against a hard stop here in just a few minutes. But one of the things I wanted to show is they said, so let's say that the customer wants to test the system and goes and posts a review themselves. How soon will it show up in here? Well, I can't show you the screenshot from day before yesterday, but it feeds in real time. Because like this one, here's one from November 18th. I know today is the 20th, but whenever we did this, when we did this webinar on Wednesday, this review was already in here for Breaksville, this November 18th review. So it goes in there real time. So if they want to test it and go post a review to one of the sites that they're already listed on, it pulls it in immediately into the system. So they're alerted as quickly as the thing gets posted. The system, it scrapes it about every 15 minutes. It goes in and pulls the information. So I can't, it happens the same day that the review gets posted. Somebody wanted to know about setting up the white label branding. That's all taken care of whenever you first go into the system. The first video in there, you go through and fill out your information for getting your dashboard set up. And the white label is you go in and you provide your logo and your business name, and it's set up. And all anyone ever sees is just like here on everything that this company looks at, they see Nerdmetrics up here at the top. Every email that goes out is branded with Nerdmetrics at the top and has my picture on it. All of the stuff is branded, so the white label is taken care of whenever your dashboard is set up with that. So let's see, anything else? Let's see. And with the multiple location businesses, there was a question, are they only required to have one account? No. That's the beauty of this. They need to, there's a couple ways it can work. You know, let's say that they have 5 locations, but they only have one Facebook page and one Twitter account or something like that. Then they could have one gold package, but if they're going to want to have concierge level of service, they're going to need to at least have silver packages for their other locations, so everything can be put in one place if they're going to have the concierge level of service. So every one of their locations is a separate account. We just tie it together in the back office to give them what's called brand analytics that they can log into and see. So yeah, and that's the great thing when you have a location with 4 sites, that's 4 sales in one spot. And they want that so that they can compare the sites to one another as well. Let me pop this back up here. So it's got the full screen effect. Let's see what else we have. So Kevin said he signed up yesterday and so excited he wanted to watch the webinar again. That's awesome. Let's see. Is the system completely set up promotion of ongoing reviews? If so, how? By taking putting the widget on their website, having a QR code for them to go into, and also sending it, having it so that the system doesn't automatically do it. They have to go in and send out emails to their clients in order for them to leave the reviews. But from the standpoint of everything that they go to look at for their website or their mobile site, having the spot there for them to leave reviews. So let's see.
Well, hey, Jody, we're almost at the hour, so let's kind of wrap this up. If anybody has any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box, and we'll still answer them in the chat box. But we're going to wrap up the live portion of this, and just want to let you know how insanely excited I am for our members to be able to use this, because it's a perfect complement to everything you've learned up to this point. You can use it as a front end of your business, as the marketing engine, and Racehorse is just churning out new prospects, new appointments, and new clients for you that you can upsell into your other services like pay-per-click. Or it could be the back end. You're doing what you're already doing, and now you have another easy-to-fulfill, high-margin service to upsell your clients to. Whichever route you're going, brand new, established, this has a great fit for you. And once you sign up, start going through the training. Start hitting the ground running and putting it into use. And then when you get on the live coaching with Jody and Vanessa, they're really going to dial it in for you. And then when we work together, and I work with you on your strategy to really set you up for long-term success, this is going to be the game changer going into the new year. I'm committed to that. Jody and Vanessa are committed to it. Damien and the whole Global Mobile team are committed to that. This is the right place for you to be, the right direction to go, and you got a huge team of amazing entrepreneurs that are committed to your success standing there right behind you. So thanks, Jody and Vanessa, for being on here. You guys are amazing. You're out there in the trenches doing this day in and day out and bringing back and giving real-world training, the stuff that actually works, that people can go out and apply and see the results themselves. So that means a lot to me, means a lot to our people, and I can't wait to see the impact that this makes for them. Any final comments that you guys have?
Yeah, the thing is that we're excited to help you become as successful as we have with this thing. That's why we went out and did the work ahead of time, because we don't believe in attaching our name or presenting or representing anything that we have not proven works beyond a shadow of a doubt. And that's why we put it to the test. That's why we have the statistics and the information that we have. That's why we do things live in real time. We show you the dashboards, because we have completely vetted this and know that it works beyond a shadow of a doubt. And Vanessa can speak to the fact of how easy it is to walk people through from the dashboard. I know everyone I've taken them through, they light up like kids on Christmas morning. So it's finally, for the first time, I feel like I really do have a complete system to be able to manage everything in one place. And even though we offer other services outside of VA, what VA360 does internally, we have those. We can load those straight into the system, so it's seamless and it's as smooth as possible whenever we're showing our clients what it is we do. And every time they log in, they see the other service offerings that you have, because you can load them straight into your dashboard whenever you set everything up. So Vanessa, I don't know if you have any closing thoughts, but I know you've been sold on this for since you first saw it.
Yeah, I just think, guys, it's really got me excited about local marketing again. If we've been in it for a while, and I go through phases where I really want to hit it because it's one business. You can make it whatever you want it to be. If you quit tomorrow, you could open it up a week later and become monetized. So, but this has made it. This I see a future with this. Like I said, for the continuity and scalability, it's just very exciting. And I mean, we're genuinely excited about it. I enjoy going after leads. We also do direct mail with it. I don't know if Jody got in. I can't remember if we got into that, but we have some little tricks that I do, certain ways to, if you don't have a list, no problems, no worries. You can still definitely get this out there in front of people very easily. But it's just really great. And like Jody said, we do this. We actually own a company. We do this. It's not people talking about it who's never gone out and worked with local clients. We still do this to this day. So hopefully we'll see a few of you on the other side. That'd be awesome.
All right. So with that, Kevin, I'll let you sign it off, and we'll stay here and answer questions, and we'll end the live portion.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks Jody and Vanessa for doing this, and thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of value out of this, and as excited as we are. And we will get right to work as soon as you guys get started. You can hit the ground running with this. So see you on the other side.
Bye, everyone.